3, 2. Welcome to Florida Mint on Florida Man with Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends and lore and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. We are here this evening with our new friend, Andrew Nisi. Andrew, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Very good.
Very good.
You own a
Thank you for
company
asking.
called Happy Fast Delicious.
That's right.
And that could deliver a lot of things.
Right. Quickly.
Yeah. Happy, fast, delicious, but you specialize
In coffee.
caffeinated beverages.
Caffeinated beverages.
Yes.
Coffee and energy drinks.
Seltzers.
and sodas.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
delicious.
learning this for the first time.
Yeah.
The energy drinks I love a
have
good
all-
energy
yeah,
drink.
Yeah.
Well, and are we going to be partaking?
We're going to be tasting some.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Making our own.
Whoa!
wow, okay.
I will say this, man. I'm glad you're here to guide us and supervise because I can't really make anything to save my life.
Someone just got surprised that we were making our own drinks.
And
I'm
they-
also
They
surprised.
slammed down something in the studio.
Yeah.
No, but I genuinely, we've done some food-based sponsors on our show in the past, and we tried to make it in order to make the first and feel special, and it did not go well. But we weren't supervised. But now you're
Yeah.
here. You're the professional.
Yeah.
And
Sponsors. Is this just an elaborate pitch to make
yeah. Yeah. No, so
not
we
currently
did
a sponsor, but
no, it's just a casual buy-in of $250,000. It's just a very
yeah.
no. But so can you tell us a little bit about how you came to Lakeland?
Yes. So we have two shops in the world.
Okay.
One in
yeah.
San Diego
Yeah.
and one here in Lakeland.
That's the
Incredible.
oddest thing.
Legoland
California
footprint,
to
it's
Lakeland.
good.
How did that happen?
So we opened the one in San Diego last October. Always knew we wanted to do one in Florida, though, right? So
Okay.
one of my partners is from Gainesville.
Okay.
We had talked about doing this here for a long time, and wanted to do it in Gainesville, right near a university. We can talk about what we do, and
Sure.
it's great to have
Yeah.
a lot of caffeine drinkers there, and was looking at real estate, couldn't find the right thing. Was driving from Gainesville down to Tampa to fly back to San Diego.
Yeah.
Another
Really?
failed trip.
Okay.
And my partner told me you need to stop in Lakeland along the way and go to Concord Coffee right
Okay.
downtown.
Yeah.
I think it's some of the best coffee in Florida.
Okay.
And it is. And I drove down, stopped at Concord, hung out there for a little bit, was driving down South Florida afterwards and drove past this old vacant Sonic and
Dilapidated.
pulled into the parking lot.
Yeah.
Stayed at the hotel next door that night.
Okay.
Toured,
Wow.
it the next day with the landlord. And,
Really?
and walked away with a lease.
Oh my gosh.
know.
It happens
Incredible.
that fast.
Fate.
Wow.
Well,
It does not usually happen that fast.
Okay,
There's all
good.
sorts of, yeah.
well, we'll
There's
unpack
a lot of stop signs.
Stop
along
sign.
the way, yeah.
We'll unpack a little more about how you went from that location to
Yeah.
on this show because it's a very interesting story.
It is.
And I want to say this: like most of our closest relationships and really fun partnerships came from Josh DMing folks.
Yeah. Or like I did complaining. That's how we
That's right.
first
We
met.
met.
Yeah. I complained of,
Yeah.
and we'll get into it in the ad
It's
segment.
so exciting.
Yeah.
But after the ad break, Andrew brought some Florida Man headlines.
I did.
And it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Cool. All right. Headline
go.
one. Well, before I get to headlines, actually.
Okay.
Oh no, I don't like.
So we talked earlier today, right?
Yeah,
And you said family-friendly show.
that's right. That's right. We try to be.
Try to be joyful.
Try to be.
and
Yeah.
moment of
Joyful, yeah.
joy. So I'm out looking for Florida Man headlines, and
Is it tough?
Well, yeah.
every single one of them is like, Florida Man creates pipe bomb and leaves it in car wash, right?
Yes,
Right?
yes,
It's
yes.
like, all right, like, what am I going to show up with here that is not like,
decapitated.
That's right, exactly. It's
Right,
actually
right.
Florida friendly. So I'll start with one, and really there's only one because I went pretty deep on this one.
Okay. All right.
And
I
the,
love it.
the one is, and I imagine you may have seen this. So about a week ago, 35-year-old woman
Okay.
Nice.
Good age.
was the Florida man in the story has been murdered. So
Well,
Florida 35-year-old
okay,
woman.
yeah, all right.
family friendly, right?
Yes, yes.
So 35-year-old woman,
Yes. Nice.
79-year-old roommate,
Okay.
79-year-old man. who's-
Yeah,
Well,
that's
rent has increased.
That's right, exactly.
Right.
So
Yeah.
natural, yeah.
Very
Yeah.
relevant.
It is. I'm 36. It'd be like me living with a 1-year-old. And it's
And charging them
perfect.
rent.
And then murdering me, right? And so,
Well, yeah.
so
That could happen.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, man is murdered.
Yes.
They go
Man
looking
is murdered.
They go,
How,
looking, they go
though?
looking for his roommate.
Yeah.
And they find her at a Crystal.
Okay.
Crystal Burger?
Crystal, yeah, Crystal Burger.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I
Not
yeah,
us Crystal Springs, which
no,
we
it's right,
also
no,
have.
it's right behind. Right. So
Right.
I'm looking for a fast food tie-in
Yeah,
for us and
yeah.
a beverage tie-in for us. And police spot the woman, stop her.
Good.
She asked them for a diet Mountain Dew.
Now,
Ooh, which is a tough one.
well, here's the thing: when you really got to do the do, though, right?
Right,
I mean,
right,
when you
right.
feel the
Okay.
craving for a do,
Yeah.
and you're stressed
Do you
out, you
do
see
the
you
do?
see the cops in the rearview mirror, and you're like, listen, I'm gonna confess, I'm gonna do whatever you need
But
me to do.
before I can.
God, I need
That's
that
right.
do.
Yes.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So this is, I'm assuming what
So,
happened.
and it's diet, so it's healthy.
diet,
It's
right,
a healthy
yeah.
food,
Yeah.
She's
right,
conscious.
That's right, exactly. She's
Right.
like, all right, if I'm gonna go to prison, I'm gonna
Right,
start
yeah.
cutting now. And she takes it, sort of backs away from them, few sips of it,
Cool.
dumps it all over herself.
Yeah, of
Entire
course she
thing,
does.
Right?
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I get it. Yep. It's an evidence
Why?
thing.
Well, yeah, to kill the DNA.
To kill the
kill the
DNA.
DNA.
It's on her. Yeah,
Boom,
to
baby.
kill the DNA.
Yeah, I don't know if it does that. I wouldn't imagine.
Well,
it
so
does?
this is why there's only one, because I went pretty deep into this.
Okay.
Now we're talking.
and-
I like this.
And it does.
It does?
Sort of. At least.
does?
So I find myself this
I am
afternoon
shocked.
This is amazing.
reading like an academic paper from NC State, like a
Oh my
PhD
gosh.
about like whether sucralose, which is like the sugar
my
alternative,
gosh.
kills DNA.
Yes.
And the answer is it seems like it. Yeah.
Oh my
so it's like,
goodness.
and the point of the story, the point of like the research paper was like, don't drink diet soda, which I do, and
Yeah.
could have brought some, but for her, it meant like for this woman who you would have thought, maybe
Yeah.
not the most,
Yeah. Intelligent.
well, just maybe
Yeah.
not not caught up on all the latest
I
research.
would assume.
Yeah,
she's
right.
not
Pouring all over
reading
herself,
scientific journals.
effectively getting away with murder.
Okay,
this
so
is
This
the
is amazing.
this is the yeah.
I
here's
feel
my
like you'd need a lot though.
I can.
well. Here's the thing: it depends on how effective she was in the murder. If she only got
It's either you're effective or not, right?
Yeah.
It's like, so,
Yeah.
so
Are
it's
they
like-
dead?
yeah, so
it's like it's not. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
not,
she's effective in the murder.
Shades of being effective.
how effective was she in the evidence hiding?
Yeah.
So let's say like
Oh no, she's in jail. She's
okay, so she went to jail. There you go.
Not that, yeah,
she
not-
went to jail.
She went to jail. Yeah,
but I love the idea that like it maybe it was like a spur of the moment, like hey, like she gets this drink.
Yeah.
And she dumps it on herself, and she's like, you know what? Like you said, this is I'm going away.
Yeah.
That's right.
This is my last drink.
Yeah.
She goes a little crazy with like at a frat party,
Like a wet T-shirt contest.
and then here we are discussing like
That's right. Yeah, giving her way too much credit.
Yeah,
that's right.
she-
yeah.
She's up in the latest science.
yeah.
this
North
woman's
Carolina.
brilliant.
What-
clumsy.
What a genius. That's
She's
right. Exactly.
clumsy, and we're like,
Her and her
wow.
80-year-old
Well,
roommate.
I
That's right.
think-
Exactly.
yeah.
I think what we're skipping over a little bit though is the fact that she got the Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that's right. Why?
so?
Why did they
Like,
listen to her?
In the like confession room.
Yeah, well, that's what I want to know.
Or
I
like,
think she was being interviewed outside the restaurant, and
Oh
so they were
my
like,
good-
"Yes, we'll go get you one if that means you talk to us."
I want to know
And-
that cop. I want to know that
Yeah,
cop
that's right.
that
That's
was.
who you want to be arrested by.
Yeah,
That's right, the
like
one,
Yeah.
exactly.
hang tight. Let me run into this
Yeah.
Crystals.
That's right.
And get you a Diet Mountain Dew. And the fact that Crystal had Diet Mountain
No,
Dew.
it's right. It's you can.
That's
Wow.
interesting.
That is a rare. Yeah.
it is a
I will
rare-
say this. Now, my connection to Crystal, the burger joint,
Yeah.
is we were in Atlanta in Buckhead, which is a decent part of
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
And so we wanted somewhere to eat, but for some reason, everywhere in Buckhead, like if you didn't make reservations a month in advance,
Yeah.
it closed at 2 p.m. Right?
Yeah, it's a weird time.
So
Exactly.
It's a weird place.
Yeah. So
It
the
is
guy,
sort of-
the guy at the hotel goes, "There's a Crystal Burger down the road."
Yeah.
Perfect.
And we were like, "Let's do it."
Yeah.
And so we walked, and let me tell you, it wasn't. I mean, it was down the road technically,
Oh, everything's down the
but
road.
Atlanta can shift pretty quickly.
Yeah. it
And when we left Buckhead, it was like walking into Mordor. Like
Buckhead,
yeah, like we knew, like, hey man, like, you know, we're no longer in Kansas, and so we walked miles to Crystal Burger, and by the time we get there, we were so hungry. Those little burgers go a long way, man. But we're
Well,
like
they don't go a long
Yeah,
way.
they don't go a long way.
yeah.
Well, we had to order like a dozen to make it happen.
They're counting on that.
I know.
That's,
That's,
that
that's
is the
how it
business.
was.
That is the
That is the
business model.
business
That's
Exactly.
the
To make
model,
you,
dude.
Yeah.
to make you have the yes. This is,
Well, Andrew, let me ask you this, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so hypothetically, let's say now that we know that Mountain Dew does this, it covers up a multitude of sins.
Wow.
Mountain Dew covers
Yeah.
up murder. That's what you
Yeah,
take from
like-
today's episode.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you going
Buy
to?
caffeine, get away with murder.
Well, yeah.
That's our
Wow.
motto.
That's a
Okay,
great
right?
motto.
I like it. Yeah, that's a
Honestly?
good.
Well, would you drink it less though? Like knowing that,
It's
like,
killing your DNA.
I mean, I guess, right? Like, is it? Because I like a good diet soda. I mean, I like a with a meal.
Me
Me
does.
too.
Yeah,
I
and-
sell it for a living. It's a good name.
There you go.
That's right.
And,
I like a full soda. I don't like a diet soda.
that
why
right?
is
Like,
that?
I want all the power.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I
like
want all the strength. Don't lessen anything.
I
for
was
me.
just listening before, and maybe you could attest to this.
Yeah.
Is it guarana? Is how
Yes,
you,
that's it, yeah.
So that's like a natural energy.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's right.
It's also the fruit they use in acai bowls.
It-
I learned that. Is that true?
I think it yes, you can
I
do,
think
you can have
you
both.
can use anything in that.
That's right.
It's-
That's right.
it's
Acai
all-
bowl,
it's
yeah,
all
it's
new
a-
to me.
It's a bowl.
It's all new
It's
to
a
me.
bowl. You
But
put
yeah,
anything
if
in
you
it.
get like an energy drink from Whole Foods or something, it
Right.
contains guarana.
So if
Now we're
I
talking.
don't want my drink to be used in covering up a murder,
That's right.
Yeah.
I could replace it possibly with.
That's right. Cutting off a whole
Acai
section of the
bowl.
market. But yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, now we're
That's a
out of
whole-
drinks.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. His specialty. Now you're trying
That's
to
right,
take
you're
move it
trying to
into
eat
bulk.
me. And what I do.
I'm
It's
not.
good.
I'm not backing away. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's right.
saying that like this is news to me. Finding out that Mountain Dew can like cover up a
That's right.
crime.
Well, it's the diet in particular. It's the diet. It's the diet Mountain Dew.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
And
The super
But you remember
low.
the old commercials, though?
Which
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll
That
see
w-
later.
the old commercials were kind of like the X Games. There was always people doing extreme stuff
Yes,
and going
that's
like,
right.
do the do.
That's right. Yes.
Sure.
They could cover up.
All Shaun
Imagine
White and
if
No,
that
they could.
Yeah,
yes.
that's right, it was.
If that
could.
science was available back then,
Yeah.
like they have like a crime scene, there's like
Oh.
some ominous has happened, and then the bad guy's like cracks the can, just pours it
right.
out,
That's right.
and then you see him like at the beach because he got out of prison. Like that's the
That's right,
marketing.
that's right.
That's the marketing.
That's marketing
The
101
drink
right there.
of murderers. Yeah. Hey, fellas.
Hello, Joshua.
So we're here with Andrew, owner of Happy Fast Delicious.
Come on.
Owner, CEO, proprietor, president, as you like to be called.
That's what I.
And we met in a unique way. This is when I learned that when you review something, it goes to a person and not a robot. So I bought a drink, customized it fully, and then I didn't really pay attention to it until I checked out and drank it. And I was like, this was a little pricey. And then I left a review saying this is a little pricey, only to the person or only to the robot and not to like a public
Right.
forum.
We texted you asking.
Yeah, and you texted
How
me
is it?
back, and I was like, wait, this is a human. And then you said, yeah, almond milk's expensive. And I went back and I looked at my order, and I had like decked it out with like an extra $6
right, it was- yeah.
of like everything. I'm like,
Large oat milk. with
yeah,
6
large
shots. It was
oat
great.
milk,
Yeah, it was perfect.
custom foam,
That's right, yeah.
extra shots, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is why it's expensive. It's on me. I did the $9 drink because I added like all the snacks in it, gummy worms and stuff.
And you felt really bad about
and
that.
I felt bad, and I told him,
He
I'm
reached
like,
out to me. He's like, bro. He's like,
I'm
I
like, a
feel
real
terrible."
guy.
He's like, a real person texted me back, and he's like, I had like everything on the menu in this thing. Like,
yeah, it was delicious, and I've been back a lot since.
Thank you.
And another warning to people that are gonna go to this place, Happy Fast Delicious, they prompt you to make a username. And I made one, and then I went to collect my drink, and the young girl goes, "Are you Charity, Rebecca, or I'll fight you, Todd?" and I'm like, so the usernames are saved.
So when I texted you, it's
I'll
like,
fight you, Todd.
Hi, I'll fight you, Todd.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
was like,
so good.
it's saved in there. Okay.
Well, I wanted to elaborate because, like,
Yeah.
everything we do knowing we have a public platform, right? And so, none of it is with malice. I fight you, Todd. Is that's our sense of humor?
Yeah, I don't know a Todd, but I assume if I did, I'd fight him.
Yeah, but it was.
Good thing my
It's a
name
very
wasn't Todd.
direct
Yeah,
name.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God.
But I still remember when he reached out and he was like, "Bro, a real person responded to me."
Yeah, this was a mistake.
And then it made it even worse when like everybody we told the story to was like, "Dude, he's the nicest guy.
yeah,
Like, he's the
yeah,
nicest
it was
guy."
the worst.
And then he's like, "Oh man." And so like, we can testify to this, man. Like, I mean, you really are very kind and
And you make great drinks.
you have amazing drinks.
An amazing menu.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I get paralyzed by choice sometimes.
Yeah.
And
It's paralyzing.
my wife's a huge fan, and so she's been going and so she brought me home stuff. And but the first time she texted me, she goes, "What do you want in your drink?" And I go, "What are my options?" She was like, "Oh boy,
There's a lot.
yeah.
The fun part, there's a lot of fun parts to your business model. But the fun part is like I can make a drink and then I can post it. And if people drink my drink,
Yeah.
then I can just like drink coffee for free.
Yeah.
I
God,
get like
that's so
points.
cool. It
Yeah.
is so cool.
And I did get a free drink on my birthday, and I made sure it was a really expensive one. I'm
Right.
sorry.
Then you came back and got the
Yeah.
same drink you ordered
24
the first
oat milks,
time. That's right.
please.
Yeah, I'm
Walk out with a
sorry.
case of them.
Yeah,
He's like,
I
can I
did-
get a gallon of oat milk with a splash of coffee?
I
if you
did
don't
do
mind?
that. I was with my girlfriend, and she goes, "They're just going to give you the cheap one for free," and I'm like, "Just try it. Just try it." And sure enough, the $9 drink that I customized.
Yeah, that's right. No, if you order two, choose the more expensive one.
Yeah,
You want to make people
sorry.
say, that's the goal,
I'm
right?
taking
You wanna
money,
make
I'm
people say,
taking
it's not
money out of your
it's-
pocket
We
and
make
bragging
money when
about
you
it.
come back a whole bunch of times, not
Yeah,
just
and
once,
we
right?
do.
You don't make money on one cup of coffee.
And I think that's the trick, man, is that like everybody that we've talked to who has gone, they've
Yeah.
gone back.
Yeah.
And we say this frequently, you know, in our career, like we are a global show, but when you lean into Lakeland, which is where we're from, it's where our
Yes.
offices are. When you lean into Lakeland, Lakeland leans back into you.
It's
and,
true.
And I think that's what's so special about this place is like it made us want to do a show with you even more when everyone we talked to was like, man, we love that place. We love those people.
And we didn't support the Sonic because the Sonic had bad owners. Like they were leaving like pig carcasses around town.
Perfect. Yeah, that's right.
And then like you showed up, and then like the day that you opened, what
I
happened?
think they live. I think they're franchisees who live here, but
Oh no!
I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
Pretty
I'm
sure they
sorry.
were looking at leasing it again when
We
we,
did
when we
it.
took it over.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
We did it again. We'd invite them on.
I think it was Gelati
You're so
Joe's.
nice. There we go. That's right. They were-
Gelati
Okay.
Joe's left
We-
a pig
we have
carcass.
another local
We have
business.
PR.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
We have PR that's usually in the room. She's not here tonight,
Good,
and
perfect.
this is the
She
best.
usually gives
this,
a
is-
thumbs
this is
up
the
to
best
the
night
guest.
for her
Please
not to be
stop
in there.
now. Exactly.
But no, so
But
what
you
can-
took
I
over a
appreciate that.
Sonic,
That's right.
a primetime location right at the peak of a hill
right.
on South Florida Avenue.
right.
Hard to
and-
miss. Painted all purple.
Painted purple. Is there a specific color? Purple that it is on the Pantone.
Oh, there is.
There, yeah.
All
All right. Yeah, we can't give it out. We can't disclose it.
Sure.
We
But that's
don't
your
want
brand.
I'm sure,
copycat.
I'm sure Jenna, who we've talked about before, would
Jenna,
tell us
yeah.
exactly what
This is
Pantone
true.
is.
Jenna.
Yeah, I have it in the room. It's called
Every
Purple
week here.
Nurple.
There we go. That's what it is. Yeah, that's right. I think that's what she called it. That's right. She labeled it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you have before us here? Because I mean, your branding, by the way, for those who are listening and not watching,
beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
And so your logo is 3 exclamation marks.
That's right. That was nearly the name of it. Like, so the name was going to be just 3 exclamation points.
Kind of like
and
Prince.
Kind of like Prince. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
That was exactly the idea.
The artist
It was going to be
format.
just exclamation points. And
I like that.
The idea was like, yeah, like can't actually say it, but like that's the goal, is right.
But it's like a noise.
Create,
like,
create
yeah,
that
what is
sort
the
of
noise?
oomph, right?
That's
Whatever
so
it is.
good.
And we want everybody to order on their phones if they have a phone and are willing. And you can't Google that. You can't Google just 3
It is
exclamation
hard.
points.
It's like
True.
the
Google doesn't
Twitter
recognize
X
it, so-
also is having trouble with that.
Yes.
Don't even
so
get me started.
They've,
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
they've made it pretty big. We were just trying to get started. And so
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a tough time for us
Yeah.
to not let people Google it. So Happy, Fast, Delicious, we thought like created the feeling of 3 exclamation
really
points when
does.
you stumble it out of your mouth.
It does. And so you started in San Diego.
Yeah, well, we started with a food truck in Denver.
No
of all places. So
way.
there's a long, crazy
Wow.
story here.
Where one of our favorite bands, the Flowbots, come from. Yeah.
Not what I thought I'd talk about today, but it's a band I've thought about in a while.
Yeah,
we'll add 'em to our-
Handlebars.
That's right.
huh?
Yeah,
You're a
I
big
remember
fan.
that one. Yeah.
Or are you from
We'll-
Denver?
We'll add it to our playlist. I'm not. I'm a native New Yorker.
Okay.
I could tell.
There we go.
Yeah, the
exactly.
brashness.
They're all so nice. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That people
and
say about
very
New
fun.
Yorkers.
Yeah.
And sort of moved all over the country. Moved out to Denver for an old job.
Okay.
And we sold that company, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do
Cool.
with my life.
Yep.
And so it took a couple months, traveled for a little bit. COVID happened, sat at home for a little bit.
Yes.
And it was like this funny experience of selling that company. It was like the thing you'd been chasing. You sort of like caught your tail all of a
course,
sudden,
yeah,
right? It's like,
sure.
Yeah.
here we go. We're trying to work to sell
Now
this
what
thing.
do I
right?
do?
Well,
Yeah.
and you get there and it's like, actually, that was a pretty miserable day. It's like you think
Oh,
you think you're
really?
gonna
Yeah.
you think you're gonna be happy.
You
and
check
like,
the box and you're
Wow.
like,
actually you're not.
Yeah.
You're not. Right?
Nirvana
you
didn't
sort of
happen.
catch yourself,
Right.
And
Oh.
you're not right. And
Sorry
so
for the
it makes you-
depressing
That's right,
tone.
exactly.
Everybody
I started with murder.
Everybody
and now
that's
we'll go
chasing
to
their
depression.
dreams.
We talked about depression
Yeah.
before. Now we'll talk depression.
Once you
yeah,
get your
on
goals,
the-
it's
that's right.
it's
It
not
doesn't
that
work.
good.
Exactly. You'll be miserable. So it's one of these things where you like sort of like,
Sure.
sure, I was like
Right,
33,
right.
34. You're trying to figure out like, what do I want to do with my
Amen,
life, right?
baby.
And so nearly looked at and nearly bought a couple coffee shops, and like the deeper I got into that, the more I was like, no, like that brand isn't me. That product isn't me.
Yeah.
And if I got hit by a bus tomorrow, I want to like leave behind what I think the best parts of myself are, right? Like the most aspirational
That's
parts
incredible.
of myself.
Yeah.
And so that's 3 exclamation points. That's like that's what we tried to
Oh,
create.
really?
And right, that's sort of like the
That's
and so
cool.
the
Yeah.
the original brand when we created like the one sentence when we came up with it a couple years ago was the Muppets meet caffeine. Let's try to take,
Oh,
like,
I love
the
that.
energy and sort of like the optimism and earnestness
It's
of the
me.
Muppets.
Honestly, you're dead on.
And
No,
that's, that's,
you
that's what
nailed
we
it.
try to that's what we try to
Yeah.
capture, right? And
Yeah.
lots of talented friends who helped us capture it this way.
Yeah.
But and now we get to try to do it, and you know, it's like it's our baby, right? And so sometimes that's fun, and sometimes it means that sometimes people tell you they don't like it. And,
Yeah,
you gotta-
sometimes a
you gotta
podcaster.
some
Yeah, text
jerk
them back.
comes in and tells you exactly.
It's
I'll
too
fight you,
expensive.
Todd.
What I made
right.
is too expensive.
That's right, exactly right. Well, and then the
Yeah.
cool thing about the text, I'm so glad you told that story because
Yeah.
like the core of so that's like the personal side of it. The core of the business idea was like most coffee shops, most restaurants.
Yeah.
I think are going to go to people ordering on their phones. Like I think
Yeah.
that's what's happening.
Oh,
That is
100%.
happening
They
during COVID.
better
That was
happen,
happening.
yeah.
That's so I think like the bet was like that's what's coming. There's a whole bunch of fancy like venture capital businesses that are like trying to like, okay, we're gonna have better apps, we're gonna have better,
course,
we're
yeah.
gonna do tiny shops and like, whatever, and we're gonna, you know, 50,000 things you can get delivered, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think that's all really. I'm trying to build a business and like no
Yeah.
no word I can't say here to other people's businesses, right? They
Right,
do
right.
their own thing, but
Right, man?
I think to me, like what's missing from all that, that's like all about efficient commerce, and
Yep.
it's not about like service. And the point of going to a restaurant is to have a human experience, right?
This
It's to have
is
like
true.
Sure.
social energy,
Sure.
like
Wow.
be surrounded by people. It's to have-
Social energy. We're
it's-
going to
it's
steal
have,
that.
It's to have
I guarantee
hospitality,
it.
right? That's sort
Yeah.
of like,
Yeah.
right. It's like to have all that that feeling,
Yeah.
Right.
And it turns out you can do that nearly as well via text message.
Apparently so.
as,
yeah.
as in person, and so
I
like
felt on the spot.
that's right. Yeah. So there's like a a horrifying version of this business that becomes like
Yeah.
now every McDonald's wants to text you every day, and that's
Oh,
like
God,
probably
no.
not what we want. But I think you can like take the
Yeah.
Make it personal.
Yeah, make it personal. Make the experience of like walking into Starbucks, which was
Yeah.
supposed to be like this personal experience with
Right.
barista,
Right.
Of course.
and like have it live on your phone instead. So that was the idea.
That's so
That's how we
cool.
got started. Turns
Honestly,
out there's
yeah.
a whole bunch of other stuff you can screw up when you start a coffee shop, but that's that part I think we're getting a little
No,
right.
you nailed the
And so I appreciate that. It's,
Yeah.
like,
Anybody
other
listening
people
that's
who are
even
smart.
not in San Diego or Lakeland, I still encourage you to download the app.
Yeah.
And just browse it because it's a lot of fun. And like, I don't know, every restaurant has an app,
Sure.
but I think you're the only one that I have downloaded on my phone
There we go. All right, I'll take that.
because it's just, I really like the build your own drink, get creative, and just to see what other people are drinking.
Yeah,
And then like every week, apparently you have new flavors.
we do.
And you're really out there on social media, which I like.
Out there. is the right phrase
Yeah,
for it.
I saw like
it's out there.
you did a South Park voice when you didn't have Oreo.
We did. My fiance is horrified by that one in particular. She's
I
like,
love
that's
that
the
one,
one that
and that's the
apparently
one, like,
gave
I
me
sent
the ick
him.
as a thing, and that's what she tells me it did to her.
I
That's good.
sent it to him and I was like, you got to check it
I'm
out.
downloading the app right now.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, I'm
I
just.
can't believe I
I-
did it before
Okay.
I got here. Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
yes.
no.
So one of the things we did here in Lakeland was this scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
this is a
Come
social media.
on.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I got to drive around one morning hiding banana ducks, and so I brought one.
Yes.
That are-
No
So here,
way.
this is the first of my gifts to you. Is this
Oh
No
my
way.
banana duck?
gosh.
You did
Okay.
not. You did not have to find it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's gonna live in our studio.
Wow,
Like,
this is
good.
this is
That's
sturdy.
right. It's 30. That's right. I think it was made in China.
Oh,
it was
no, it's still-
$12.99 on Amazon.
Okay, don't spoil it.
So sorry.
These are limited edition.
That's right. Exactly.
You hid these all over Lakeland.
All over Lakeland. Exactly.
As a
People-
non-Lakelander, where would you even start?
So, I've now been here for long enough to get a sense for it, and I talked to our friends at LAL today about where they recommend it,
They're
and
good
they're
people.
Very good
They are very
people.
good and have been very good to us.
Yeah,
as we've gotten
yeah.
started here,
Yeah.
and people really respect them, and so
Of
I really
course.
appreciate
Yeah.
that they are willing to do that for new businesses. And so we hit them all over. My favorite one was inside the mouth of the like dragon, that sort of like dragon thing near downtown,
Yes,
which is
yep.
which is like a weird location.
It is a weird
And there's one of our baristas drove by me hiding it, and
Oh.
the scene for her was me standing in a shopping cart that somebody had left there,
Yeah.
trying to get this thing up into
Yeah.
the mouth, and then later. Some kids, like young kids, took a picture of it and sent it to us, and like, we can't reach it. Can you give us free drinks
what?
anyway? Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Yeah.
So
credit. You
good.
get partial credit.
So
for that.
that's my first gift for you. The other
Thank
thing I want to
Thank
say
you.
is
Thank you.
so I've listened to past episodes. People seem to be bringing gifts recently.
That
And
it's
That's
a, it's
a
a,
new
it's a
trend,
new
right?
trend.
It is a new
I
trend.
don't remember who started it. I wish
No,
I
you
did.
It was I know because I listened to it's like one of the 3 episodes I've ever listened
Okay.
to. Sorry.
Yeah,
and
appreciate it. Big
that,
fan.
exactly. I left a rave review, and so I it was I don't remember his name now though. he's an artist.
Bump
Galetta.
Galetta.
Bump
Yeah.
Galetta. Bump Galetta, who, by the way, when we first announced we were opening here, commented on our Instagram.
I don't doubt that.
Like, what idiots decided to take all the patio furniture away outside?
Oh my gosh.
And the answer was like, it was still in transit from wherever we had ordered it, but it was me.
Oh,
I was
Bump.
the idiot Bump
Oh, wow.
who did that. So
That's so funny.
He's an artist. He brought gifts.
Yes,
right.
right.
I listened to Jenna brought gifts. When
Yeah.
she was earlier than that. Last week's guest, but
Yeah,
this week's
yeah,
guest brought
Van
gifts
Vleuten, yeah.
too.
Of course, yeah.
I am not a talented artist.
Well,
you
and
know,
I planned this today, and so we had that one left over in our store.
thank you.
thank you.
And the
Limited
other things I
edition.
have is I have 2 one-day Crunch Fitness guest passes that
Thank-
they dropped off.
This
And
won't be
then
used, but
the other,
I love it.
The other is a free kids meal at Texas Roadhouse.
Now we're talking.
They're our neighbor, and
they are your
they
neighbor.
brought them by, and so
This
I wanted
is your
to give them to
plaza
you.
neighbor.
Thank you
That's right.
so much.
You're welcome.
Bro, this is so
expires.
funny.
I have those
Yeah.
and a banana duck for
Thank
you.
you so
of
This is
course.
pretty strong.
I'm
I mean, it's
sorry.
up there with what we gave you.
That's right. It's true. It is. We have hundreds more of those in the store if anybody else wants them.
We gave Andrew the world's loudest whistle.
You did.
With his
Custom.
logo, custom with his logo on it.
right.
And when Josh said it to me today, that I'm printing a couple whistles to give to Andrew tonight, and we tested it outside the office, and it was
Eardrum
deafening.
loud. Yeah.
Good.
And so
But he's got pipes on him too.
right, yeah.
So
I do got some pipes. But yeah, thank you for this,
yeah,
Andrew.
I'll keep him close to
and,
my heart.
And so you've got 2 containers here.
I do.
Yeah.
Now what's
One very tiny. 3.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
very
The
tiny one.
outlier would be the gummies, but if you
Right.
go on the website, they're for sale.
They're for sale for
individually.
10 cents each.
Yeah, why is that?
I thought it'd be fun.
It is.
It
So
is fun.
it's just
I
kind of
like
silly,
it.
right?
It is silly.
So I actually, these are a very particular gummy worm that I think are really good.
Okay.
Which it sounds silly, but I in a past life worked for a candy company and worked in a gummy worm factory.
No.
And these came
Past
came off the line there. I
factory
think they're the
line.
best ones and so
Wow.
we
Okay.
started carrying them and selling them for 10 cents each, both
Yeah.
as a tribute to that, but also because I think it's
It's
just like
fun.
a fun, silly thing.
It is fun.
It was originally going to be a pickle. We were going to sell one pickle, and it was like, that's tough with coffee. Gummy
Right.
worm,
Yeah,
more
gummy
fun with
worm
coffee.
is, yeah.
Can I ask you
Evolution, yeah.
2 questions?
Two-parter.
One, has anyone ever just bought the gummies?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I figured.
A lot?
Yes. So people will come in and buy
30
like
gummies?
70 of them or something. It's usually like a 13-year-old boy.
Do you weigh
Yeah.
them out? How do you do it efficiently? Do you weigh the gummies?
Oh no, we count them.
You
and
count
and
them.
they print 70 like individual stickers
Oh,
if you do
wow,
that. And
that's
so
really
our poor
inconvenient.
baristas,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, my
sitting there like
goodness.
replacing the roll of paper when that happens.
Yeah.
So
Also, we lose money on them. So the best way to
Really?
buy your gummy worms is to come.
It's a
to the
passion
drive-thru.
project
It's a,
at that
it's,
point.
it's a passion. It's
The
a
gummy
lost
worms.
leader is gummy
Yeah.
worms. Exactly. It's an elaborate.
Yeah, it's a
that's right.
lost leader.
Exactly.
when you saw my second question is, and this is the last one before moving on to this taste
Yeah.
test.
Yeah, please.
Whenever you saw the message from Josh and the username was "I'll fight you, Todd."
Yeah.
What went through your mind before responding? What was?
Huh.
Did you know that he was
Angry.
an acclaimed podcast?
I had no idea he was
Yeah.
an acclaimed
Yeah.
podcaster.
Yeah, neither did I.
exactly. I still am not clear on whether
I'm figuring it out.
acclaimed podcast. Yeah. So it's but we get probably 30 people a day leaving those
Yeah,
feedback.
sure,
And I see
sure.
all of them, right? And
scary.
28 of them are good,
Yeah,
and
sure.
2 of them are always like,
Cha-ching, baby. That's
right,
me.
like
Right.
you're terrible. You forced me to order on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Which I understand,
I
right?
gotcha.
Like people don't like
I
that.
gotcha, yeah.
I don't like the coffee. I don't like what you scowled at me, but like whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
that
yeah,
didn't work for that
Right,
person.
right.
And so you sort of roll with it, right? And I think you actually amused me, right? I think like I try to like one up people's
Yeah. no, he did.
ridiculousness.
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
they, it's
sure.
like
He told me the almond milk was expensive. and
but we
I checked
that's
prices
right, yes,
and it
exactly.
was.
We often I'll create art for people, like AI art for people, and text it back to them.
Oh,
So I
it's
try to
so
That didn't
it's like,
happen.
just try to take it like not for you. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
work
yeah.
on that next time you complain. Complain about something tomorrow, and
Yeah,
we'll handle
tomorrow.
it. Yep. But no, I think there's like you try to help them laugh about it because they
Yeah.
always write back like, oh wow, or oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
they're embarrassed. When anonymity is removed, then
right.
you're like, oh, dip.
Yeah.
I'm talking to a
But
human.
it's really good because it's really hard when you start a business to get honest feedback. Like, I'm sure when you guys started,
Sure, right.
everybody tells you it's great, right? And like,
Right,
of
right.
course it's not
Sure.
great. We
Yeah.
just got started. Like,
Right.
there's no way it's all great. right?
yeah, you're a liar.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll tell you, we had those early unreleased episodes locked away in a vault.
Yeah, that's right.
And anybody that told us we were good back then, we actually disowned them.
That's right.
Yeah, they're not our
Exactly.
friends
Like,
anymore.
you must be lying to me.
Yeah,
That's right,
exactly.
But that's what our food truck in Denver was for, was figuring out.
That's
all right,
cool.
Really?
Let's fail as often as
Yeah,
possible
thank
here.
you for
and
bringing us back. Yeah.
There we go.
So
That's
food
good.
truck to Denver,
we'll
then
be
to San
excited.
Diego.
Then to San Diego because
in the truck.
not in the truck. So I had picked up the truck from Alabama. We bought it in Alabama. I drove it across the country to Denver.
Huh.
Drove.
That's where the best trucks are made.
That's right.
supposedly.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah.
Alabama.
Spent the night in Tulsa, Oklahoma
Oh,
on the
sorry.
way. No, at the hotel that I stayed at, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile was there. And I was like, this is the original food truck. Like, what are the odds?
Wow.
Like, meeting a
Circle.
celebrity, right?
What are
so,
the odds?
So I went to
Yeah.
park it next to it to get a picture of them together, and I have the
Oh,
picture
wow.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was first day driving the truck, left it in neutral, started rolling towards the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Oh, no.
there's
I'm not insured for that.
Right, I wasn't insured at all at the time because I just picked it up that day, right? So I was like, as my finance-oriented partner is listening, is very horrified right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Saved it from hitting the 2 feet from the Oscar
Wow.
Mayer Wienermobile, and
Right.
drove it out to Denver, and
Yeah.
succeeded to
That's
Found
incredible.
ourselves-
Under the name Happy Festival.
under the name Happy Fast Delicious.
Wow.
Just as a little, at a farmer's market.
Purple truck.
Purple truck.
Cool.
Looked great. Sold that. Moved to San Diego.
Wow.
Opened one there.
Yeah.
That one's like a shorter term lease, but again, just sort of let us get out there and start figuring out
Yeah.
what we're doing. And knew we wanted to be here, and just eventually found. It just took us a while to find the right spot. And
Yeah.
When did you know
Finally
you
did.
wanted to be fun and have like fun flavors? Was that always the idea?
Yeah, I mean, I think the customer created drink thing
Yeah.
was sort of on a lark, right? That was like that, who knew if that was going to work? Still,
Yeah.
who knows if that's going to work? You get
Yeah.
a lot of there's 2,500 things in the menu. A lot
Yeah,
of them
there's a
are
lot of
them are worthy of not a stellar review, right? It's a lot of them people
Sure.
can create
I
anything.
wouldn't
and
know. I'm a
they've
big
created
fan of
it.
everything.
Perfect. Yeah, it's you are the person lying about the first episode. That's right. Exactly. So thank you. So
Buster.
I think I think it's like all part of the energy of it. I think how do you do everything you do, how do you do like in as big and heartfelt a way as possible?
Right.
And that's the
Wow.
goal, and that's it. We try to do it. You don't always come up. You don't always succeed,
Sure.
but you like
Yeah.
Sure.
your most aspirational self. You try to do as often as
Let's
possible.
find out if you succeed.
All right, let's do
taste
it.
some of
Yes.
this.
Let's do it.
We have
Um,
seltzer and coffee.
and energy drinks. It turns out up
And
here.
energy
That was a
drinks are up
mistake.
here?
Yep. So
Okay.
what we have any of those three. I didn't bring any Coke. I figured you
well.
had tasted Coke before.
I've had enough Coke today.
Good. So we have flavors too, and I can move my microphone.
Got a lot of
just to do this.
cups also.
And a lot of cups.
Yeah.
I wanted to let you
Okay.
taste. Where do we want to start?
Let's start with mine. I'm selfish.
Great.
Yeah.
And I asked to start with coffee, as my
Coffee.
base.
Great.
So one of these beautiful purple containers has coffee.
This
in
has
it.
coffee in it. This is 18 shots of espresso, and like I keep saying, it's like you have all these
Well, that's
calm
a bit
ar-
more
I-
than I
you have all
normally.
these calm artists who show up here and come on, and here the maniac shows up with 18
Well,
shots of espresso.
I will say this. I mean, like we ourselves, we are caffeinated regularly, and and I can probably drink this and still sleep like a baby tonight.
That's good.
It's an
Yeah.
addiction.
Yeah.
But I need it, and I appreciate you fueling it. So the base is going to be espresso. You said.
Yep, espresso.
okay.
I have some milk in the yellow thing. up
Oat
there.
milk?
No, it's half and half. That's
Oh,
all I can
okay,
fit in there.
oh
Okay,
my God.
so
I'm just kidding.
It's dessert. It's dessert time.
Incredible. Yes.
And then, what kind of flavors sound good to you? I have lots of Florida
What?
kind of
Yeah.
flavors.
What
in there.
are Florida?
So I have orange. I have
Let's do a Florida
coconut,
man theme.
have
Coconut
cherry,
is definitely
I
in
have
it.
pineapple. I have lime. I have blue cotton candy because I thought that
I
sounded
think
very
that's going to be.
Wow.
Yeah, one
uh,
of you on a past episode talked about like wanting the blue.
I
Mountain Dew
think
kind of
that's
thing.
Josh's drink
That's right.
for
we can-
sure.
We
Yeah,
can
I
work
would
on
do
that in a
the-
seltzer kind of
yeah,
thing.
the
There we
seltzer,
go.
blue cotton
Yeah,
candy.
with some raspberry in here. You
Ah,
get a
yeah,
blue raspberry.
Why don't we
Absolutely.
try the orange?
The orange.
Let's
All right,
keep
let's start with orange.
let's keep
Orange
it.
in coffee.
Orange and
I'm
coffee.
excited.
It actually is pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
So you've tried 2,500.
I haven't tried all of them, but I've tried a lot of drinks. Yes.
Yeah.
I go to the dentist regularly. It's good.
We know a good
not
one
good
here
marketing.
in town.
Is that right?
Yeah. No. So
Good to know.
all right. So we
Now,
have
the gummies, are they just for looks or are they being
No,
also
you can. I
passed
was just
out?
going to let you eat some if you want them. Do
I
you want some
do,
gummies?
yeah,
There we go. These can all be for you.
Community gummies.
Yep. If anybody else wants to
No, I
step
will-
into that.
Luke,
Yeah.
come grab these.
I will say this.
You want to hand me some milk from there?
Yes, please. This is the way to Josh's heart is gummy candy, sour candy.
And energy drinks.
That is true.
Well, I may have just put way too much orange in here. I apologize in advance.
No, that's okay.
We'll do it right for production.
I'm telling you, man. This is the way to our heart. Treats and
Let's
and
caffeinate you.
caffeinate us. Give us something sweet.
Oh,
And
okay.
kids meals at
Well, you're
at
pretty
Texas
solid.
Roadhouse.
Yes,
Those
dude,
are the
yes.
Things you do to. Do we have a towel or something?
Let me see.
Yeah, it's just turf.
That's it.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh,
there
did you
is a
spill
towel.
it on
There's a
you?
towel in here. No.
Oh yeah, actually that towel came from a competitor,
Did it really? Where'd you steal it from?
Hillcrest Coffee.
Oh, okay. I
Here
love
we
all
go.
coffee shops, and we're very different than I think most other ones in town. I'm
Oh,
not-
you're definitely different.
not-
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a little coffee tour today.
Did you?
Yeah, we
Did
went
you
to.
come to Happy Fast Delicious?
Well, no, we
Okay,
didn't try the
perfect.
like the
That's
best. The best.
Thank you. That's perfect. Great.
No, we actually-
went to
it was-
Starbucks
it
and
was-
Dunkin'. And
It was a thievery
I was
trip.
about to say we were on a Minas tour today. You're probably glad we didn't come by.
Yeah, we went to Fred's Market, a buffet.
And then we went to see some friends.
Yeah.
And
Taste some of this before I give it to you.
yes. And are you trying it too? Yeah. This is the.
Wow, that's how a pro drinks it.
I mean, it tastes like
all right. Here
half
we go.
and half. It's
Let's try
half
it.
and
Yeah.
half is pretty strong. We can do a little more of the syrup if you want. No,
I love
I'm
that.
eating gummies
Do you?
right on
That's
my.
good.
Just orange?
I think it's good.
all right, cool.
Yeah, he's
I
easy
think
to-
it's good.
He's easy to please. This palate here
Good.
is what you got to worry
you're the
about.
one who wanted the blue cotton candy seltzer.
Yeah.
Is it exactly true? That's definitely gonna be.
No, let me tell
Yeah.
you. This is good, man.
Yeah, you like it?
This is
It's
really
half and half.
good.
How bad could it be?
So it's the half and half, the orange, and then the espresso.
An espresso. Yeah.
It's very good.
I'm glad you like it.
That's very good.
What's an
didn't-
energy drink
I
base?
didn't bring like I didn't bring our chocolate syrup with me.
Okay, yeah.
But a little chocolate and orange.
Oh,
like
wow,
the
chocolate
Christmas-
covered
Like the
orange.
Christmas thing.
Yeah.
Can we
Exactly.
make that an official thing for the site or for the?
It probably
Yeah,
already
and I
is.
brought like chocolate, like the drizzles. You can taste it if you want a little bit.
Yeah,
Wow.
please.
This because I figured a Florida man drink would involve
wow, that's what
chocolate
the
sauce on,
drizzler looks
on the
like?
outside
Yeah,
of
I
the
think
cup.
so.
Never seen the drizzler up close.
Sorry, yeah, exactly. Now you're gonna.
No, you're good.
Yeah, Wayne was called the
There it
drizzler in
is.
high school.
No.
Was he?
Yeah,
Good,
that was
I
a
like
different
that.
thing
It's,
though.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
Uh,
let's make you some seltzer.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
make me some.
You asked what an
seltzer.
energy drink base
No,
was.
I go.
Josh is over here rubbing his
seltzer.
hands together like.
Do you want an energy drink instead?
Yeah,
Imagine our
yeah.
own version of Red Bull. Is the idea.
No, I want a seltzer because
You want a seltzer?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
good. I'll try not to spill this all over your
Yeah.
beautiful set.
Can I try an orange
Orange, sure. Great.
blue cotton candy
Yes.
seltzer?
We have.
No, this is going to be
Right,
unique.
Orange is one of like our, I think not top selling syrups, but this is going to
Perfect.
launch it into a new stratosphere.
That's
I
the
think it will.
hope. It's
Like it.
candied orange.
I think
It
we're
is
going to get a
candy
lot of
orange.
folks
So-
writing in for this,
Coming in for good. I appreciate everyone.
and we'll make some slides for social media for this too, so we
Perfect,
can
yeah.
post like
Let's- yeah.
our drinks and tag you guys.
Here's
And
me.
we'll have a PowerPoint available also.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that.
We'll
I've,
share it-
I've-
we'll
I've done
share
that,
it on
I've done that
Google.
recently to try to make sure we had enough money to keep the app going. So
Oh, no.
I definitely have slides available.
Yeah, I think the taste of this one for sure is it is like the creamy orange, and just your coffee like it's like citrusy, so it's good.
Yeah.
Like it's sweet, but it's citrus like Florida, which I think is amazing for our audio only listeners. Very very good. And I'm
So-
almost gone.
But on the comments, I think I appreciate you love the syrups. We actually have like if I pulled
Yeah.
into this bag of tricks, there's all sorts of different.
These are
syrups in
high
here.
class. These
all
are
sorts of different.
premium gourmet syrups.
Well, all sorts of different brands.
Yeah.
We basically tried like 20 something of each syrup.
Yeah.
Or like as many as we could find of each individual flavor.
Yeah.
And bought the one that was best, no matter what the
Wow.
brand. is. And
Really?
so
Oh,
these are
okay.
good for these ones. For some
Yeah.
other ones like vanilla,
and
different
it's weird
brand.
because Monin was my name in high school.
Is that
so,
right? Good.
yeah. Old Monin Josh.
Good for you.
Thank you. Yeah. It was,
This is the second episode in a row of somebody moaning. That'd be
was a very
It's your
thorough.
chance to
very,
moan.
we're on
exciting.
a roll here, man.
Well, we're caffeinated. This is
No,
good.
I'll
It's,
tell you what. I
Look
I
at
just
this.
got that
He's doing
little,
all of this while sitting down.
That's right, yeah. Energy drink.
Yeah.
I had that little boost just now, and now I'm feeling
Wow. What's an energy drink base? Is it
Oh, you
just?
ever heard of like a Red Bull before?
I love Red Bull.
It's that, yeah. It's not literally Red Bull, but it's our own version of it. That may be gross. I can't. I don't know.
Nope. It's not gross
Is it
at
now?
all.
It's good.
It's very good.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You want to try
Can I
it?
try?
Yeah, please.
Sure, please.
Then we can all blow the same whistle
Please,
after
yeah.
we use the same cup. That's good.
Okay, hold on.
It's like-
I'll take this one home.
Oh God, that's good,
Yeah,
bro. That's right in the.
that's right in my alley.
That's right.
Yeah, please.
We met today. So.
Yeah.
No,
Just
no.
spin the cup a quarter turn so I know
Yeah.
and bite down so I know where you
You know
drink.
exactly right. I had it over the exclamation point.
No,
Oh,
Andrew's
it's
No,
good. That's
it
tasty.
is good, right?
Andrew,
Yeah.
honestly, if I had blind tasted that,
Yeah.
I would have said Josh is gonna love this. Because
No kidding.
we've known each other since.
Oh, I'm a tart and tangy boy.
Well, it's
We were 16 when we met, and now
They call me TT
that's right.
boy.
That's right. Exactly. It's good.
we were children when we met, and I know him very well. And for his birthday, I always buy him sour stuff.
Yeah.
That's his thing. So
My MO.
I should have brought you the sour gummy syrup.
No, this is perfect.
no,
Next
honestly, I
It
already,
kind of hits you right in the cheeks.
It does.
I've already finished mine, and I just want to say I could record like 9 more episodes.
Yeah.
That was very good. And before we close out this section, I want to ask you, what's your favorite drink? Like what's your go-to when you well, okay, let me back it. So what's your, if you had a drink that was an elevator pitch, what would it be?
Elevator pitch.
So something quick that you got to put together and show somebody and
He
go.
knows what an elevator pitch
Yes,
is. He's a business.
Well, I know that. I'm saying, but like if it's a drink where like the drink has to be good, but you got to make
Yes.
it quick. Like what would it be?
So people, I think the cheat code is Oreos. That is like
Okay.
you add Oreos to a drink and everybody's like, this is amazing, right?
Right.
No matter what else is in it, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And so it would have Oreos like mixed into it, like cookies and
course.
cream ice
Yep.
cream, and that's great. We tried it for 1 week. In that 1 week, it became like the second or third best selling item ever on the menu. I was like, all right,
Wow.
it's coming back
Yeah.
forever. But I think there's like people want s'mores, people want like
sugar.
flavors they know. People want
Fun,
like
yeah,
flavors.
familiarity.
Like the banana bread is like the one that we probably sell the most of. That we sort of
Wow.
started
This week,
with, and so
the
it's like-
week that we are recording, it's Biscoff,
it is Biscoff, yeah.
and that's a good cookie.
It is.
I haven't had the drink.
Yes,
but I
it's-
plan
you
on
should-
it.
Yeah, you're gonna when you come tomorrow.
When I
Make
come
sure it's
tomorrow, first
exactly.
thing,
Perfect,
yeah.
Dude, honestly, I'm really impressed. I'm not even kidding you. I'm
Yeah.
very impressed. And
Thank you for saying that.
and what I love about it, man, is like I think by default, I'm a type of person. I'm a type of consumer. I have to be kind of told what I like in a way. Like I'm not. I don't know what I like.
Yeah.
But
This is true. Yeah.
but
he
for,
doesn't.
forever in a day, going back to your spot, I'll order that. I
Oh,
really will.
that's good.
It was
we'll
very
We'll
good.
name it. We'll add it to the menu. You'll get
Oh
yourself
my
points.
God.
There, I
Perfect.
will get
You'll
myself
be the
points.
first.
Yeah, you can drink it for free.
Amazing. 3, 2. According to historical records, the first ancient civilization known to us is that of the ancient Sumerians. Okay.
Okay, this is not going the way I thought.
Well, it's a hard pivot.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a hard
exactly.
pivot. So the Sumerians existed over 6,000 years ago, predating the ancient Egyptians by 1,000 years. Okay, and so
Okay.
I just want to say this. When we dabble in history on our show, which is every episode, I learn something new every single time. And
Yeah.
it does always, well, usually tie back into Florida. So
It's weird because you've always been so anti-Sumerian. So
yeah, very pro-ancient Egyptian. Yeah,
well
but-
known
so I'm
anti-Sumerian bias.
Yeah, I'm actually really upset right now, right?
Yeah, to hear this
they
news.
unseated my homies. And so, but the Sumerians, they resided in a region known as Mesopotamia, which encompasses present day like Iraq, Iran, Kuwait. And so, according to their ancient texts, the Sumerians held a belief in gods known as the Anunnaki, and they described these folks as children of the earth and skies. Okay.
how far back are we going?
I mean, I wanted to start for Andrew
Start at the beginning.
the dawn of man,
Okay.
all the way through. Yeah.
and we're telling the story, the origin story of coffee.
Tigris and Euphrates.
If I
yeah,
could have found a
maybe
way to
that's where
tie
we're
in this
going.
story to coffee, I would have. I promise,
Yeah,
but I
you would.
couldn't. And so the Anunnaki, those were the Sumerian gods, right? Supposedly. So some researchers speculate that the ancient Sumerians had a remarkable understanding of the universe, and they came to this theory because of the artifacts they found. And so these folks would carve these things with precision, and when you would look at them, they would match very accurate modern day star maps, which is fascinating, right? So
Stargate, I saw it.
yeah, well, okay, not that far fetched,
No.
according to this
Star
theory.
map? Okay.
Okay,
cool.
so if you've seen Stargate, which Josh has referenced, that's what they're referring to. And so a lot of folks, this is where I wanted to pause a moment because the Sumerians knew so much about their solar system that people began believing that they actually had technological advantages over other ancient civilizations
Okay.
because many of their drawings and writings included flying devices.
Okay.
And so what we would call like modern day UFOs.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So just to recap, 6,000 years ago, these
Wow.
folks are writing about flying devices and they're mapping the stars in ways that we didn't really understand until,
Now we're talking.
not that long ago. So very, very interesting stuff. And so the Sumerian language often detailed objects and sightings that mirror what we call modern day alien sightings. So
Okay.
it has led to people saying that the Sumerians didn't go extinct, that they
Went abroad.
they got so smart they left. That's the theory.
Wow.
That they figured out how to go. We'll see ya.
Yeah,
see you next time, and we're kind of out of here.
I
And
like
so,
that.
So adding to their intrigue are depictions of ancient handbags and bracelets. The Sumerians made groundbreaking inventions, including the wheel, the alphabet, and the calendar that we use today.
Okay.
And they also developed irrigation systems for farming, and they established a system to measure time in seconds, minutes, and hours. So we actually owe a lot
Wow. Sure. enough.
to these folks.
Yeah. How do you feel as an anti-Sumerian?
And as a pro-Egyptian, it's tough hearing about that, man. It
is tough. Totally.
when for your own show, the way you make a living, you find out that everything you've held true is wrong. It sucks. It's tough, man. And so we're unpacking it here together.
Yeah. Please.
And then again with my therapist tomorrow. And so, but this is the belief. This is actually a relatively new theory here.
Sure.
And so now I'm going to pivot after covering the Sumerians. I want to pivot a little bit to closer to home, to South America. Okay, we're
That is
jumping around a
closer,
bit, but
yeah.
just give me a second. There was a Spanish explorer who went down to the Amazon River system in 1541. He was the first European to cross the entire length of South America, and he reported seeing incredible cities filled with millions of people, thriving cultures with advanced technologies.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
He writes about it. He's journaling, says all this different stuff.
Mhm.
100 years later, when other Europeans get to the Amazon, they can't find these cities.
Yeah.
And I just glanced over at the live chat, and I can't look anymore because I'm gonna get distracted.
Yes.
Yeah. They're calling you anti-Sumerian.
I mean, no, take it back. I don't mean it. No, but so this guy reports saying, "Hey, there's all these. I've seen cities with millions of people,
Really?
and technology I've never seen before." Fast forward almost 100 years, other explorers get there and they find jungle. They
Oh,
find
wow, okay.
nothing. So they start going, "Hey, Francisco, which is his name,
Francisco? Is that what
yeah.
you called him?
Orellana is his name.
Oh,
Francisco Orellana." They say, "Hey, you made this all up.
Yeah,
It's just
of
a
course, yeah.
fantasy. You journaled these majestic cities, these flying devices.
Yeah.
None of it's real, right? We didn't actually find these things."
Yeah.
And then last decade, so 8 years ago, 10 years ago, give
Oh,
or take,
wow. That one.
recently, the clearing of the Amazon has
Yeah.
proceeded,
Yeah.
and scientists began discovering traces of these cities.
Oh, okay.
And they
Yeah.
began finding these writings and these maps and these drawings of these ancient people that once existed in the Amazon. And the fascination is everything about them is almost identical to the Sumerians,
Wow.
which is on the
Okay.
other side of the world.
For sure.
All right, so it's
Yeah.
nowhere near the Amazon,
I'm connected.
on the other side of the planet. And the reason why all of this is important tonight is because a few years ago, down in Miami,
Okay.
they were building a condominium in Florida.
Okay.
And when they break ground to build this condominium,
Sure.
they realize that they had stumbled upon what they believed to be a Native American altar, like a First Nation
Okay,
people. Like, and
okay.
so it was like 8 feet by like 8 feet. It was, which is large if you're standing there, but
Yeah.
bird's eye view not so much. And as they start clearing they halt construction
Yeah.
and go, wait a second, there's something here.
Yeah.
They start clearing the land away, and what they find is they uncover a statistically perfect circle consisting of 600 perfect in diameter post holes that were cut with precision into the limestone beneath the ground in Miami.
Okay. Limestone's pretty tough rock.
It is with precision too, without
Yeah.
breaking it, which
Yeah,
is
okay.
fascinating. The initial estimate said that this archaeological find was about 2,000 years old.
This is Miami.
This is in Miami.
Okay.
Now, I mean, like they're like discovering historic artifacts next
Yeah.
to like a club.
right.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Worldwide 305 is like,
Hell yeah.
this is right next
Pitbull's
to next
angry.
to this. This
Trick Daddy's not happy about
is
this.
yes, exactly right.
Yep.
But here's the thing. Just like with South America, they start seeing these similarities to the ancient Sumerians.
Yeah.
So now that's three.
Yeah.
Like
Trinity.
like Mesopotamia and the Amazon, and now Miami,
Miami.
freaking
Miami,
Florida.
exactly.
Miami's the outlier. there.
Miami
Yeah.
is the outlier, I feel like. But and so this possibility is being discussed now amongst like not like conspiracy theorists,
Yeah.
like archaeologists and botanists and scientists who are saying, how is it possible that these folks who we didn't believe had the technology to travel like they traveled,
course not, yeah.
we're finding these similar writings and journals and maps in Florida, in the Amazon, and
Similar writing as in the topic or as in like the
the
writing
styles,
style?
the styles, the alphabet,
Wow. Okay.
the vernacular,
Oh.
and then in the drawings,
Cool.
and they all depict these what they call the Anunnaki. They're these folks
The
that
space shuttles?
were taller than everybody else. These godlike figures who were overseeing the humans and
Whoa.
overseeing the humans in a way that it kind of depicted that they were like giving the knowledge
Yeah.
to the humans. So this theory is, this is what I wanted to discuss with you boys tonight, is this theory is that this ancient race of folks
Yeah.
had knowledge beyond their years because of some sort of help, some sort of
And you
what-
think caffeine was that help?
That's right. Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Wow.
I think
Right, yes.
it was guarana that we talked
right.
about earlier. No,
It's sucralose.
yeah, but as somebody who I'm not pro or anti-alien, but
Okay,
I
now
am,
we're talking.
I am fascinated
Now
by
we're
archaeology and when there's not a modern reason for it. Like when there's not like a
Yeah.
there's not like an explanation for it to go like, oh, we know this happened
Yep.
because they started using bricks at this period, and then they made advancements in sailing or whatever. But
Yeah.
when scientists are going like, hey, we don't know.
What? That's a good conversation. What I'm more interested in is
Okay.
how Wayne found this
Yeah.
What do you mean?
and tied it all together.
Oh well, so this is what happened. The someone sent in the Sumerian story
Calendar,
because
yeah.
they wanted us to discuss it and go, hey, like, what do you think about this ancient race? Because
Yeah.
I will say this, Andrew. When we developed any sort of platform with notoriety, people start acting as if we're educated,
Right.
and as
That's
if,
the biggest.
which
yeah,
like
the
we
biggest prank on all our listeners.
we may be sponsored by a lot of significant the Florida industries.
Department of Education.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
It
A
doesn't.
proud association.
Yeah, it doesn't mean we have doctorates,
Yeah.
but they're like, hey, what do you think about this? And we're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll discuss it for you on the air.
We'll talk about it anyway.
We'll bring in
yeah,
an expert,
You have
Exactly.
on
On the
the
Sumerian
this
culture.
subject. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Andrew.
But what I found interesting is like the shaming of the gentleman who explored the Amazon and said how I
Really?
found all these things and I
Yeah.
found and other explorers going like, hey, we got there and didn't find nothing. Granted,
Yeah.
it was 100 years later. And what we know happened was smallpox. The
Oh.
original explorer, they brought in a disease. There's no immunity, and it wipes out civilizations. But the fact that 10 years ago the Amazon gets uncovered in a way where we go, he wasn't lying.
Not in a good way. either.
Good thing we're uncovering the Amazon.
No, yeah, right. Which,
Yeah.
And building
he
on
is
the coast,
pro.
building apartment buildings on the,
Which
on
he
the
is
coast.
pro.
Exactly.
He's
well,
pro.
when I drive by
Environmental
like
destruction
nature,
is great for the-
yeah, when I drive by like
Yeah.
nature in Florida, I go, man, I would love a new mall there.
That's right. Yeah, that's what. it
Or
means.
what's under
A
that?
purple drive-through
Or-
restaurant. That's what it means. Exactly.
or a parking lot.
That's right. If
yeah.
only. That's right.
Right.
To be
Permitting wasn't
honest,
so
you
onerous.
didn't build new.
That's right.
You
We did not. That's
Yeah,
right. Nobody
they
else could
repurposed,
succeed there. So
repurposed,
we
yes.
took it. That's right. Yeah.
Well, and so anyway,
didn't have good guts though.
right, yeah,
Did the Sonic have good
I
guts?
feel bad taking.
no, we do it for a living.
I
You're
walked.
good.
I walked in there, and that day after I stayed in the hotel.
Like a rainforest. You
And
walked
I
in.
walked in. It was sort of the pest inside. It was sort of like a
Huh?
rainforest at the time.
Oh.
And we cleaned it up. To be
It's
clear,
been
for anybody
fumigated.
listening, it's been. And they had the daily specials from March 16th, 2020. up on the
Chili dog.
Oh, wow.
and
Was it chili dog?
and the ice cream
Oof.
still in the freezers from like when they closed from like 3 years earlier, like which is why the pests had made their way in. So
Oh, gross.
it was the bones were not great. No, but
Okay,
they were
okay. But
significantly upgraded.
you repurposed
We
them.
repurposed that. Yeah.
No. Hey, wait, no. It's and I think
Anyway.
to tie it in that
That's-
that
tie
was
it in,
that
yeah.
was the
Similarly, it's right,
The pests in the
Amazon.
rainforest.
yeah. Well, when I was researching the Amazon and
Yeah.
the deforestation and getting really upset about it, that's when I found the Miami connection and the folks who were going just in true Florida fashion.
Yeah.
Sidebar here, they discover what could be thousands of years old, right?
And did they continue?
And the condominium workers like, well, what do you want me to do about that?
yeah, I got a job to do.
That's
Yeah, let's
right.
dig it up and put the
Unstable
the state
apartment building.
protected it.
That's right.
The state they protected.
Thank
it.
goodness. Wow.
So it is protected, and they are still allowing research to continue and to figure out
That's
to try and figure
good.
out the date behind it.
It's very unlike Florida. Usually we find it, we build something on it.
Or people try to.
Yeah.
People try to, and there have been a lot of groups who have been successful in stopping that over the course of our history. Most of them First Nation group people
Yeah.
who are passionate about it, and thankfully. But I guess so. My question, and we'll start with Andrew and go to Josh. Is
Thank you.
I guess start by saying, are
Do
you
aliens
pro
exist?
alien?
That's right. Exactly. Pro alien.
Or do you think that maybe possibly there were just these ancient peoples whose history has been lost, and maybe they were far advanced and just due to some catastrophe we lost it.
Please.
Again, not what I thought I was walking into. Oh boy. I am anti-alien.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh my
Let me
gosh,
start with
I
that.
didn't know
Exactly.
this.
Let me
Stop
start,
the podcast.
Stop the podcast now.
Big fan of Independence Day, though. You
love Independence Day. Exactly. That's right,
Welcome
yeah.
to Earth.
That's right. Exactly. That's right. Yeah. Every year for Halloween.
Yeah,
I wear a
right.
Suit and no, I mean the idea that there are civilizations that sort of like just were killed off by whatever that we like lost significant advances from. I totally buy that. Right.
Sure,
Like,
yeah.
that makes a ton of sense.
Okay.
Same. That's where I live.
So Library of Alexandria, he believes happened.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
good.
I think so, yeah.
I sell coffee. I don't know. I paint buildings purple. I think there's also like the kind of like the mysteriousness of it is like
Yeah.
actually something like really
fun.
kind of fun, right? Kind of cool, right?
It
To
is
like
fun.
get to embrace that and like
Yeah.
know that there are things we don't know is actually a
And
really
it's
fun
only a
thing.
few hundred miles away, which is kind of
That's right.
scary.
Yeah, we can all go down there tomorrow.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
our,
Like I feel like there's like some like I don't know peace knowing like it's in Mesopotamia and South America. They're not coming here,
Right.
But now no, it's Miami. It's like that's kind of
kinda here. It's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
close by.
kind of here.
They were here
Yeah.
a long time
A long
before.
time ago.
Well, and I'm with both of you guys. I think that like I do think there are civilizations that have existed and come and gone, and I think from what I understand as an amateur, that the discussion right now among scientists is okay. Well, like, do we need to restructure what we know of like the history of time?
Sure, yeah.
Because if we say like this existed for X amount of years, and now we're finding these writings that were like clearly before that.
Yeah.
We have to kind of reset and go, okay, hey, our bad.
Yeah.
And now which that's
And then nobody's going to listen to them because they're scientists anyway.
Right, exactly.
which I
Yeah.
think, but I think
It's
that is
made up.
that is a
That's
plus
right,
of science is that they tend to hopefully when you discover that you are incorrect, remedy that and go, my bad, and
Yeah.
this is where we are, and so but I'm with you. I think the tie-in to Florida weirded me out.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was happy to believe that folks were clever enough to build pyramids all over the world in
Yeah,
ways that I
whatever.
don't
Yes, sure.
understand. And in Miami,
Of course, in the Amazon.
yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah.
In Miami, you find one and you go, okay, like
a little
that's
close.
close to home. What are we sitting on? You know what I mean? And like,
Scary.
but it is fascinating to me, and I just want to say to our listeners at home, let us know how you feel about it.
Yeah,
The
please.
Anunnaki is that an alien force? Is that where are we at there? And as always, we try our best to shine a positive light on Florida
Yep.
and folks who make Florida better. And every now and then talk about aliens. That's
Yeah.
that's our motto. It's what we're trying
Yeah.
to do. I mean, like it's
I like
a really simple formula that has worked well for us.
and luckily, we're here with someone making Florida better.
I know, and we want to roll the red carpet out for you,
Doing it.
man.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank
how
you.
can people find you?
All right. They can in Lakeland here. They can find us on South Florida Avenue. This is
Yes.
a weird way to pitch it, but in the Walmart parking lot, which is
Oh, wow.
the most Florida possible way to pitch
Yeah,
it. It's like
yeah,
in the
yeah.
Walmart parking lot next to the Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's a purple
you
building.
can't miss it. It's a purple
You
building.
can't
Yeah.
miss it. Yeah.
It's an old Sonic.
The sign doesn't work currently.
The sign doesn't work currently. That's right.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
I'm going to hang a piece of paper on it.
The whistle's
It
gonna
says
fix
open.
that.
That's right. Exactly. When I
Yeah.
stand out, you'll see the maniac outside blowing the whistle. If you happen to be in San Diego, you can find us
Yeah.
there too.
Please, yes.
On West Washington. And then on the internet, Happy Fast Delicious, and
It's a good follow.
Our app,
Your Instagram is a
our
good
Instagram
follow.
should be a little fun, and entertaining,
it
even if you
is.
don't live here. And hopefully someday we earn the right to expand to wherever you do.
What's your Instagram handle?
At Happy Fast Delicious.
Wasn't taken.
Not one that people. Not one that was taken. Turns out. Yeah.
I love it,
Not
dude.
very competitive.
And honestly, this has been a ton of fun. And I just want to point out
Thank you.
for our audio only listeners, that gummy worm cup is almost gone.
It is.
That's me. I think I put the hurting on that. and sitting in front of me, we have a banana duck.
That's right.
A sturdy
That's right.
banana duck.
That will decorate our studio now.
Yeah.
And listen, if you enjoy the show and you want to help us go further faster, patreon.com is where you can do that. It keeps the lights on, and we love you all. FMOFM podcast across the internet. To all of our listeners all around the world, we love you. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Well done, man. That was fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, good. And you
Really
got to
good.
sign the wall. We
There
just
you go.
started doing
I saw
that.
he said there's one signature on
No,
there.
that's
So
right.
I'll make sure
Patreon. We'll see you
I
next
add
week.
to
Love
it.
you so much.